The Forza Horizon franchise is responsible for some of the most popular racing games ever, yet one of the best Horizon titles often gets overlooked. I'm Azure Gaming and this is Forza's forgotten masterpiece. Forza Horizon 2 has just turned 10 years old, so I've decided to turn back time and rediscover what made this game so great, because as I mentioned in the intro, Horizon 2 generally gets overshadowed by the incredibly successful Horizon 3, even though the game is nothing short of a masterpiece. After the success of the original Forza Horizon in 2012, a sequel was almost inevitable, and that sequel would release on the 30th of September 2014. Horizon 2 was set in the stunning landscapes of southern France and northern Italy, with a huge emphasis on off-roading, a feature that was basically non-existent in the first game's map of Colorado. The map included 6 towns and cities in which the career was to plan road trips and race in each of them. These were Castelletto, San Martin, Cisteron, San Giovanni, Montalino, and of course, Nice. However, due to the increased emphasis on off-roading, there were many smaller landmarks to explore as well, whether it's the airport, the docks, the golf course, or the industrial yard. Anyone who's played the franchise's second installment is bound to have a few memories of these locations. However, the game's incredible map is just a factor in what makes Horizon 2 so special, as I'm of course talking about the cars. Horizon 2 had a day 1 car list of just under 300 cars, with over 100 of these being new. Horizon 2 was the first game to feature a bunch of iconic cars that we still have in the Horizon series today. Whether it's the barely street legal Ariel Atom, the outlandish Lamborghini Veneno, the extremely capable Bowler Nemesis, the never seen again Mercedes SLR McLaren, were all 3 members of the Holy Trinity. Horizon 2's car list was what Horizon fans could have only dreamt about 2 years prior. Being the highly anticipated sequel of Forza Horizon, Horizon 2 added a ton of new features to the game. One of these was tuning, which provided some much needed control over your car's setup and made it a lot easier to make your desired build. But of course that's not all. For the first time ever, the Forza series had implemented drivatars, offline AI opponents that would drive like the players they were named after, and would provide a bit more realism to an already incredible title. Car meets were also introduced as a way to show off your favourite cars and download the tunes and liveries of other players' cars, or even buy their car directly from the auto show. Bucket lists were also upon the long list of new features. These were time challenges you could find around the map, but varied difficulties, in which you would have to complete a certain objective in a car that was given to you, with challenges such as ripping up a golf course in an RS200, flying through France's coastal roads in a LaFerrari, or throwing it sideways in the docks in a Mustang GT. These challenges are some of the most memorable in the series, and they provided players with even more choice over the usual race events. Speaking of race events, cross-country and drag races appeared for the first time, bringing some well-needed diversity to the race types in the original Horizon. Cross-country events utilised the new off-road areas by introducing races over the map's toughest terrain, with many of them having jumps, offering a completely new racing experience. Drag races were introduced in online road trips, which took place on the previously mentioned airport. This was a highly suggested feature at the time, which would eventually lead to the introduction of drag races in single player in Horizon 3. The campaign of Horizon 2 was undoubtedly a step down from its predecessor, with the story heavily revolving around the previously mentioned road trips, in which players would compete in championships using different car types to progress. The game's level system still used the previous game's wristband system, but this time level ups would reward wheel spins, which could grant both cars and money as prizes. Expansions are a staple of the Horizon franchise, and Horizon 2 is no different. Starting with Storm Island. Storm Island took the already challenging off-roading of the main map and took it to the next level, offering even tougher terrain and a new tropical weather system. However, the second expansion was even better. This was the iconic Fast and Furious expansion, a standalone game that featured cars from the new Furious 7 movie, containing a smaller version of the game's main map and a campaign inspired by the real films. Not to mention that this was the first and last time that we would see NOS in a Forza game. Finally, near the end of the game's life, a third mini expansion released, the Porsche expansion. After EA's exclusive license with Porsche ended, various cars were introduced from the German manufacturer, as well as exclusive Porsche-themed bucket list challenges. The atmosphere of the older Forza games is simply unmatched, and in Horizon 2 it's no different. Whether it's the impeccable introduction, the stunning European climate, or the phenomenal soundtrack, Horizon 2 really brought the festival experience to life, and for many people it's regarded as the last true Forza game. As in newer titles, the atmosphere of the Horizon Festival is slowly fading away. Now, 10 years after the game's release, the servers have been shut down permanently, and the game will remain but a snapshot of what it meant to be a Horizon game, but one that will hopefully never be forgotten. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos by me. Thanks for watching.